Hello motherfunsters and welcome to the stream. My name is Mellar and today we're going to be starting Pokemon Arceus. Should we start the game? English. Big day for the little man. Yeah, absolutely. Whenever you see now saving on the screen, your progress is being saved. You can disable autosave in settings. Are you a voice actor? Wow. No and yes. Mostly no. So yeah, he went to like stay and play on Friday. Small print. Actually, let me pause it for a second. Oh no, it's good. It will stay here. Which is where like he goes to nursery, but his mum stayed with him. And he absolutely loved it to the point where when it came time for him to leave, he was screaming. So he should be all right. I think he'll be all right when he actually goes to proper nursery on Tuesday and we leave him there. I'm not a voice actor by trade, but I do. I voice act when I play games. I put voices to the to them. Hello.
Late. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
You all right, updating? Nice to see you. Hello, sexy, gorgeous man. We're just starting now. So yeah, I do voice act when I play games. For example.
Welcome to my realm, located beyond both time and space. It is well that thou art here.
Do we have to do the old-fashioned talk? He likes the voice changer and he has fun with it. I do voices as well, like actual. I change my voice, you know. And we have redemptions. We played Doki Doki Literature Club quite some time ago, and Monica from that cursed the stream, and you guys can redeem, and she comes on the screen, and we do voices for that as well. How are you doing? Updating? Did you have a nice weekend? Had to pick him up as he was kicking and screaming. Yeah, I think he was basically dragged home, basically, because he walked there. I'm pretty sure because the wife was like, I really don't want to have to take the pushchair because he walks quite a distance. So yeah, he walked there. So she probably had to like drag him along.
I am that which humans call.
Oh, cool. Say hello to my little
friend! Bean Boy in space! Thank you for the follow. Appreciated. How you doing? How's everyone doing on this fine Sunday evening? Got a nice week ahead of you, I hope. Are you just starting the game? Yep, for the first time. This is a first playthrough, man. First time playing. That's why I'm like voice acting ? Because I genuinely don't know if voice acting was going to be required in this game. I suspect probably yes.
Now, I wish to know thine appearance.
Oh. Hey, look, it's Mishima. That's a good game. I sung about 74 hours into it. That's a fair whack. That's a fair whack. To be fair, I don't know, like, have you just played like the main game, or you've been doing like extra stuff? Pokemon equals no voices. Yeah, I kind of assumed that, to be honest. Have you noticed how all of these characters look exactly the same, basically? That's kind of weird. Let's go for Goth Girl. Why not? Let's do it.
What is thy name?
Hold on. Wait, can I actually type? That would have been amazing, but no. I thought for a second I might be able to type on my keyboard. I don't know why I thought that. That was really dumb. Anyway.
You are not prepared!
The Sergeant just subscribed. Add another month to the total.
Hell yeah. Sarge, what's up? Thank you so much. Guys, check out Sarge. He's gorgeous. And he plays lots of Zelda, which is my favorite. I've completed the main story and completed a Pokédex. Now just starting hunting and doing Nuzlocks. Nuzlocks are so cool. I like watching Nuzlocks. I don't think I would ever do one necessarily. I don't know. Maybe I could be what's the word? Persuaded someday. You can if you plug your keyboard into the actual Switch. That's why it was done. The Switch is over there. But yeah, that was done with me. Yes, my name is Mellarina, the goth girl. Actually, I'll do one of those instead. Yes, our name is Mellarina. I'm guessing that we can change our like hair and stuff.
Mellarina.
So definitely makes it more interesting. Sorry, Mick Megs, I missed that one. For sure. It's just a load of fun. I like messing around and pissing around. So, Bean Boy, would you say this is the best Pokemon game that you've played?
Soon thou shalt find thyself in a world strange to thee. A world inhabited by wondrous creatures that humans call Pokemon.
Roll credits!
Mellarina. Seek out all Pokemon, and thou shalt find me once more.
God, I hope we don't have to speak in that old-fashioned voice ever again. This game is the first I've lost them on in the last lot. Ritz, Bingus, the match champ. Ah, that's adorable. Like Gen 7 more. This is a close second. Gen 7 was... I want to say Gen 7 was, what, Sun and Moon? Yeah, I think on balance, that was probably my favorite as well. Oh my god, I'm going to get my... See, it's either going to nom my head or my phone. If you're going to nom one of them, please nom my phone. I want to live. The best Pokemon game is Digimon. Oh yeah, Ben. Yeah, I liked Sun and Moon probably the most. Hey!
Arceus.
Wake up! Do wake up, won't you? That was a big turnaround. I don't know what voice to give this person. I don't know what they look like yet. Yes, you heard Moon. I didn't realize when I was recording it, but you can hear Moon and you can hear Uni as well in that if you listen carefully. I'm gonna re-record it. Yeah, I played Gen 1 when it first came out, and I think that like for nostalgia, that's probably still my favorite. But if you go back and try and play Gen 1 now, it's quite badly dated. So I think my favorite's probably Sun. Persona music, yeah, exactly. I don't live. What do you do updating? You're just never late. Are you alive, my girl? No, I'm dad. Ah. Aren't they the Gen 2? No, one of them is the Gen 2 starters. Aha! What voice are we going to give this guy? What's going on in the top left there? That's quite scary. I'm getting a bit of a vibe from this guy's hat, not going to lie. You gave me quite the shock, falling from the sky like that. But thank goodness, you seem unharmed. Who are you? I'd like to ask you the same. I mean, you fell out of the sky. You understand? Come now, who in the world does that? I mean, it's a fair question. I must say, your clothing is unusual. You wouldn't happen to have an acquaintance in these parts, would you? Death Mountain is also scary, but we just roll with it. How do you mean? I doubt it. I see. You seem to be in a bit of a pickle. As he's going to use that word pickle, I feel like I've chosen the right voice. Might I offer some directions? You have somewhere around here you could stay? I don't know. So, you don't know anyone here, and you don't even know where to spend the night. Well, this is a proper pickle indeed. Are you quite sure you'll be able to survive? I don't know what to do. I'm already sleepy. How do you mean? How dare you? I see. Well, no gentleman would abandon a person in such need. Cool, froom, plish plash. Oh my, I'd completely forgotten. I had just caught up when I see 3 runaway Pokemon when you tumbled out of the sky. It's almost as if they knew you'd appear here. How convenient. Ah, but you even know what a Pokemon is? Of course I do. This isn't my first rodeo, dude. Oh my, that's a relief. Though you fell from the sky, it seems we have some common ground, eh? Yes. Don't pick Rowlet. Why not? What's wrong with Rowlet? Yes, well, these 3 Pokemon belong to me. Mysterious creatures that they are. The moment that you walk out of the Temple of Time after acquiring the Master Sword, the mountain has that flamer cloud over it, and all you can do is, it seems, arrived Armageddon. Right then, onward to that mountain. Oh, yes. And what might your name be? Oh, so you're called Mellarina. That name has quite the ring to it. I imagine it must have some lovely meaning. I do apologize. I haven't even introduced myself. Biggest mistake I made. At least I got... Why? What's wrong with it, though? My name is Laventon. Like lavatory. I am something of a Pokemon professor. So have we gone back in time? Are you going to invent the toilet or something? That is to say, I am a scholar seeking to deepen our understanding of Pokemon. Well, hi, a scholar seeking to deepen our understanding of Pokemon. I'm Dad. I am a scholar. Oh, we've done that one. Yes, Pokemon such as 3 here. Oh, I need to go smaller. I'm too big. Oh, blast and bother. My darling Pokemon, why must you run from me again? Again? What do you mean again? What's happened? Does the Pokemon not like you? I'm terribly sorry, but do you think you could help me round them up? I beg you. Well, there's 3 of them, so shall we round them up to 5? Wait. 2, 3, wait. I have control. Oh, yeah. Right, and then what? Dash? Okay, here's one for you. One thing that puzzles me every time I think about it. So, you know in The Incredibles, because I said Dash, right? In The Incredibles, they don't know what... what's the little baby called in The Incredibles? I forget his name, but they don't know what his power's going to be, because it doesn't manifest straight away. So, how did they know to call Dash Dash if they didn't know what his power was going to be? Jack, that's the one. How did they know? Ooh, that looks very shiny. There is a glowing, beeping object over there. It definitely couldn't be a bomb or anything. Let's definitely go over to that beeping object that we've just stepped on and probably broken. You found something that resembles a phone. It's probably your phone, but it's changing shape. You feel a strange power emanating from it. A message appears on the screen. Oh. Is this the old guy?
I bestow upon thee this arc phone and thy mission. Seek out all Pokemon and eat them. I want to know what they all taste like.
Okay, I might have added that last bit. They were named by an animation studio, not parents. How dare you, Commander Sergeant? How dare you add actual logic to this actually quite interesting... I'm joking. Right, well, I think we've not got that many buttons that do anything at this stage, but... Alas, yet another miss. Aha! I'm glad you've come to my rescue. My new friend from the sky. My little green friend. I tried catching the little runaways by tossing some Pokeballs their way, but I'm not the best. Someone's got to be the other dad in this relationship. Right, that's it. Yeah, so you got to have the dad that's always cracking the shite jokes and the dad that always has to be right, no matter what. So I suppose between the two of us, we kind of have it covered, right, Sarge? I'd love to give you a go at it, but perhaps I should tell you a bit about these three first. Now, that one is Rowlet. Rowlet can photosynthesize like a plant, and apparently it battles using its sharp feathers. I got a pun calendar for Christmas. Want today's joke? Am I a ginger? Of course I bloody do. You know me, right? Of course I don't want to know. I want to know all of them. Not just today's. I want yesterday's and the day before's. What's going on with my green screen, man? Hold on a second. Is that better? That's better. All right, there you go. Rowlet can photosynthesize like a plant. Blah, 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 blah. We've done that one. Oh, isn't he cute? True. What do you call Batman after he gets beaten up? Bruised Wayne? I appreciate. I love that one. What about yesterday's one? That one over there is Cyndaquil. The fire burning on Cyndaquil's back will flare up whenever it is surprised or irate. Froome. We can share the joke, so Friday would be the last joke. Go on then. Other Pokemon near the pond is Oshawott. Sounds like a character from Metal Gear Solid. Liquid Oshawott naps while floating on the water, and it can battle using the shell-like object on its belly. Plish Plash. Oh my, I nearly forgot to cover the most crucial thing. How to go about catching Pokemon. Here you are, my girl. Have my balls. Throw these at Pokemon to catch them. You obtain 50 Pokeballs? Jesus Christ. Pokeball. A mysterious ball that can be thrown at wild Pokemon in order to catch them. These balls can be crafted by hand if you gather the necessary materials. I got fired from the keyboard factory yesterday. I guess I wasn't putting in enough shifts. I love it. I mean, I'm sorry. I love it. That's brilliant, mate. That's my favourite thing in the whole world. I can't believe I didn't get something like that for Christmas this year, you know. How do you do a posh accent and a Scouse accent at the same time? But that won't do for an example, will it? I do apologise. Let me be more thorough. Now, I've mentioned already, the Pokemon are strange, marvellous creatures. What's so strange about them, you ask? Well, each and every Pokemon is able to shrink itself down to a minuscule size. That's just his excuse for the ladies.
Oh my.
And that's where Pokeballs come in. Pokeballs are a recent invention, you see. Throw one of them at a Pokemon and... why? The Pokemon will shrink down and fit inside the ball, comfy as can be. Now with that, you've caught a Pokemon. I know we've just met, but I'm afraid I've no one else to turn to. I'd be awfully grateful if you could catch my 3 runaways. So I've got to catch all 3. Now the proper technique is to take aim at the Pokemon and let the ball fly. It's quite simple. Though, far be it from me to say so, I suppose, given my own dire lack of skill in this area. When I found out my toaster wasn't waterproof, I was shocked. I love that. Feeling cold? Go stand in the corner. It's 90 degrees. Never heard that one before. I love that. Pokemon can be caught by throwing Pokeballs at them. Hold down the ZR button to ready a Pokeball and take aim. You can keep moving around as you do so. Use the right stick to adjust your angle and aim carefully at the target. Release the ZR button to throw the ball. If it hits a Pokemon, you may be able to catch it. If you've readied a Pokeball but don't want to throw it, press the B button to cancel. I'm sure that won't be a problem at all. Sorry, I mean... Oh, it's not going to work. What I mean to say is, I'm sure that won't be a problem at all. Don't know where's Jans 1 to 3 went. I know...
My son is studying to be a surgeon. I just hope he makes the cut.
Thank you, Sarge. That's gorgeous. Right, hold on. Right, so... I actually genuinely want to know the answer to this question, by the way. Do I only get to keep the one that I catch first? Or do I catch them all 3 and then make a choice as to which one I want to keep? And here we see a Cyndaquil in the wild, minding his own business. Get caught, bitch! Oh, wonderful. You've caught a Pokemon. It seems you've quite the knack for this Pokemon catching business, Mellarina. Jolly useful skill to have around here. Probably the one to keep. I think only 2 of my darling runaways left now. I have to catch all 3 of them, and then I make my decision by the looks of it. Still, this is most unusual. You don't seem fearful of Pokemon in the slightest. I'm going to put a vote up once we've caught all 3 as to which one we keep. Catch all and you pick later. Right. I mean, once it comes to the point where we're actually, you know, making a decision, I'll put it up to you guys which one we keep. Oh, there's the little owl thing. Owlet, I think it's called, isn't it? Or is that the one? I don't know. I'm even though I've played everything Gen 6 and up. Yes, there we go. I can hardly believe it, Mellarina. Incredible. I don't really remember that many Pokemon other than Gen 1. Gen 1, I'm all over. I'd memorized them all by the time I was 10. But thanks for that, by the way, Hap. But yeah, everything post Gen 1, I'm very patchy with. Many people fear to even approach Pokemon, never mind catch them. Bravo indeed. That must be rather difficult in a world that's literally filled with them. Just one more to go. Let's wrap this up sharpish, shall we? Yes, let's, shall we? Right, where's the last one? There it is. Oh! I thought for a second that we might do the whole, what's it called? The superhero land. I think we're done. We've done that? Oh yes, I'm afraid that can happen. Pokeballs are hardly 100% foolproof. Give it another go, old girl. I definitely gave him the right accent. Oh my god. There we go. I like the little firework that goes up when you catch the Pokemon. That's cute. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, what a relief to have them all back. Yeah, you got all your balls back now, yeah? You see, the 3 Pokemon you caught have only just arrived at the village to help with our research. They won't yet listen to anyone. It's a satisfying sound. What the little poof as the fireworks go up. Yeah, it's pretty good. Real question: can we redeem and name a Pokemon? I mean, I could make it because I mean, we're gonna have a vote in a minute as to which starting Pokemon we go for. I could make a redeem in that time. Why the hell not? As I mentioned, they bolted from the village almost as if they knew you'd come falling. Coolio. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take it. I'm sorry. You said Coolio. What was I gonna do? He's only got one famous song. I must say, Mallarina, I was taken aback by how well you used my balls. I mean, used Pokeballs. It's Mr. Tea time. What? Right, I see. How is it that you catch Pokemon so ably when you've only just arrived here? One can't help but think it's the reason you've appeared here and now. That is the biggest phone I've ever seen in my life. Seek out all Pokemon. That object is an arc phone, you say? What an odd device. Could it be guiding you somehow? If you'll indulge me for a moment, there's something I'd like to share with you. No, don't want to know. Put it away. You see, I have a dream to compile this region's first complete record of its Pokemon. We in the field call such a catalogue a Pokédex. Yes, a proper Pokédex is a wonderful work of research containing detailed records of all the Pokemon to be found in a region. But in order to properly document Pokemon, one must, of course, catch them. And therein lies the rub, I'm afraid. Don't want to know about your rub. Pokeballs have only just been invented, and not many have mastered the skill of using them. Enter you, a person with a clear talent for catching Pokemon. Your goal is to seek out every Pokemon, and mine is to have those Pokemon caught. My goal is to be the very best, like no one ever was. A situation ripe for teamwork, don't you agree? To catch them is my real test, to train them is my cause. Come now, what do you say? Shall we help one another out, my girl? I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. You've convinced me.
Quote number 28. Your daughter has been kidnapped. It's a small town. You can probably find her. The Legend of Zelda. Skyward
It's
Sword.
true.
The 9th of March 2019.
It's true that like Skyloft in Skyward Sword is a really small village. Like someone's been kidnapped in a really small village. Like everyone knows everyone. I'm sure you. Never mind. Then whoever and from wherever you may be, wherever.
V4R0123 HAS entered Sha. I've just written a song about a tortilla. Well, it is more of a rap really.
Amazing. And V4, I'd appreciate if you didn't interrupt me while I'm trying to sing. Whenever, wherever we were meant to be together, I'll be there and you'll... Oh, anyway. Yo, Oni, how's it going? It's not just a small village. It's also isolated in the sky.
Quote
Exactly.
Number 82. I have turned into a pear bird. Just chatting. The 28th of May 2020.
I've started, you know, V4, I've been saying that I was going to start streaming more often. I've been saying it for like a year. And well, I finally started. V4 interrupts everything. It's nice to see. How was your weekend, V4? Also yours as well, Oni. It was nice to see you. I saw you in... I did reply, sort of, because T said hello to you. I said, because he was messing around. In Uni's chat, he was messing around on the phone. I said, say hello, Oni. He said, hello, Oni. I welcome you with open arms. Not too open. We've a Pokédex to complete. You have all the medals. Medals for what? You being a menace again. First things first, let's get these Pokemon back to the village. Sweet. Yeah. How's your weekend been, my bro? Then we'll sort out your lodgings and find you some proper clothes. Excuse me? Excuse some proper clothes? What are you saying, mate? Wow. A meal and all that. Follow me then. Onward to Jubliffe Village? Are you playing on Nightmare? Sarge is being a meanie. V4, are you playing Doom Eternal? My weekend has been pretty good. Oh, looks like a UFO to me. I got out of the house today and did some early morning running around. That's cool, man. That's nice. We actually went, we did our weekly shop this morning. We normally do it on a Monday, but we have to shift everything around because T's on his earlier schedule now. It's interesting. Thank you for your tireless work. Wait, is this someone else speaking? No, keeping us safe, my good guardsman. This young lady was of great assistance to me and my Pokemon, so I hope you'll forgive my bringing her into the village for a bit. Before was playing Nightmare. What you mean the, Do you mean...
Ooh, nasty.
That one. I'd like to play Doom Eternal. So, what's Sarge ribbing you about exactly? Turnabout is fair play. And what? Oh, The Binding of Isaac. Are you any good at that? Because that game is hard. Well, I mean, I've only played it once, but this way. Oh, that was quick. They didn't even get to. They didn't. It was one of those follow bot things, but it got caught by auto mod. Fuck you. This way, if you please. That's funny. Jubliffe Village. It's come along. Oh, I can move. It's got. Oh, I missed that. This road we're on is known, but to the locals, as Canala Avenue. Could you talk a bit slower? The village was built scarcely 2 years ago. There's much to do yet, blah, 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 blah. And since we know so little of the local Pokemon, people hesitate to step a foot outside the village. That must be very restrictive. Now, that impressive building up ahead of us is Galaxy Hall, headquarters of something or other. Why is he wearing that hat? I still want to know, like, why him and no one else is wearing a hat like that? Oh, botheration. I'd almost forgotten. So, how far are you through Binding of Isaac then, V4? I need to go and report that we successfully recovered the escaped Pokemon. Did you bind all the Isaacs yet? Might I ask you to wait for me at the canteen? Yes, if I knew where that was. Oh, it's just past the bridge here. And to the left, the Wallflower, it's called. I've just realised that his boots are amazing as well. Not yet. Your Arc phone is beeping. Somehow, it seems to show you where you need to go next. How convenient! Use the dash button to view the map on your Arc phone. You can consult the map for guidance to your next destination and information on your missions and requests. You'll also see guidance markers when you're out exploring or riding around the village. If you're not sure where to go next, stop and look around in all directions and try to spot one of these markers, then head for it. Hey, gaming is not a competition, Commander Sergeant. Right, so it's what's it's telling me? It's saying the Wallflower, in an unfamiliar land, and I can put map markers down. Is that what it's trying to tell me? I see. Oh shit, she gives me. Yeah, I know that feel. Hello. I'm not gonna give every character a new voice, by the way. Only like story characters. I'm pretty new to the village myself. I try to talk to everyone I meet, so I always learn something new. So I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of characters in this game. Now this is a story character, so I'm going to have to give these. Oh my lord, what is that? What is going on with? Hello? What's that green thing? Benny? What voice are we going to give to Benny? We have an understanding. I know she knows I'm just teasing because I know she's also just teasing me. It's just that I'm at work and I can't pay all the attention Sarge demands. He is very demanding. It's true. It's true. What voice are we going to give to Benny? I don't... It's... Oh, aren't you suspicious? Alright, but... No, hold on. I was just going to say, but no, this is a beard, but I think it's taped on, isn't it? It's not real. I'm the most demanding. I'm the most demanding. I'm Dad. I don't know what voice to give this person. I'm not even entirely sure What's going on with them? Alright, fine. Alright. Hello, Princess. The wallflowers for Galaxy Team folk only. We don't have seats for outsiders. Move along. Ah. Moon, Sarge, and Mallard. And are very demanding. Who's the most demanding? I say, mate. Who in the world are you? And what's that bizarre garb you're wearing? Why isn't that rude, you know? Pokemon could slice right through those flimsy excuses for clothes. I kind of hope this guy isn't my rival or whatever. For you to get in there, someone must have vouched for you. Wait, it was Professor Laventon? Do you two know each other? He's from a region a long way out. Not the most reliable sort, though. Letting Pokemon run off and give him the slip and all. 3 more of them got away just a while ago. If I hadn't been resting up after some Pokemon... what? Drubbed me? Is that even a real word? Basically, he'd be a girl if you chose male. That's very suspicious. Why is that? If he hadn't drubbed me with a move called Thundershock, I'd have corralled him for sure. But the Professor, well... Unfortunately, it's just as Ray says. I'm a clumsy... Oh, wrong voice. I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, it's just as Ray says. I'm a clumsy sort of fellow, to put it mildly. Did you get all the upgrades yet? Because they suppose each other. But everything will be quite right now. That's male character you could have been. Oh, what fun. Ellerina here has agreed to help us with our Pokédex, but I wanted to be a goth chick. So I chose the black-haired girl. As in, she's going to join the Survey Corps? What makes you think that's a good idea? We can't just take in any misfit who wanders out of the wilderness. Hold on. I'm running out of male voices here. What voice are we going to give him? Oh, this is an angry... This is... Right, angry woman. Okay, well, that's got to be Natsuki then. I can do this. It's a girl. Okay. All right. Let's... hold on just a second then. I'll give him Natsuki's voice if it's going to be an angry girl.
Is this the... Hello? Hello? Right. Right. There we go.
A note for later. This is number 4.
Right. Assuming the individuals can contribute to the Survey Corps, that is. I'm the captain of the Galaxy Team Survey Corps. You can call me...
Celine. Oh god, who here has watched Underworld? Celine. I miss Bray. Bray's here. Did you do concierge all the hotels yet? What are you talking about?
Professor Laventon has told me how you helped secure his Pokemon when they slipped his control. What an idiot. Now it seems he'd like us to feed and house you in exchange for your ongoing labor. You look to be 15 or so. Quite old enough to work for your keep. But we can't simply take on a stranger who wanders in among us.
Amogus.
Without any idea of their skills or origins. Tomorrow, we shall see if we can prove yourself if you can prove yourself worthy. You better not mess it up.
Oh, a most reasonable decision, Captain. Now, would you care to join us for a meal? I'm sure you've got plenty of questions for our visitor.
That's right. I prefer to eat alone, so I might appreciate my meals without distraction.
I love the arms straight down as she walks away. Have you ever seen? I used to have a girlfriend in school that did that. It was really weird. Like whenever she walked, she held her arms completely stiff. It was so weird. She knew it was weird, by the way. Did you? What are you? Did you toy all? Yes, Sarge. Did you toy all the tools yet? Aloof as always, I see. Well, no matter. The rest of us can share a meal and some pleasant conversation then, eh? Benny, old chum, the usual potato mochi, if you please. But make it for 3 today. Who's he talking to? Wonderful stuff, Benny. Much obliged. Your potato mochi never failed to please. Where'd you find the stranger in the first place, Professor? Oh, well, you know of that great hole in the sky. The one people call the space-time rift. Our new friend fell right out of it. Was that a joke, mate? Come now. I am a scientist. My job is to observe and explain any and all phenomena. I concern myself only with facts. Now, you already know there are many Pokemon here in the Hisui region. Sure, they're all over the place. They're in the grass, the forest, the ocean. It's up to us in the Survey Corps to study them and figure out what kind of creatures they are. Well, we know this much. Pokemon are terrifying creatures. But it's all impossible to know what kinds of power they might possess or what sorts of wondrous things they can do. But that's where Mellarina comes in. She successfully caught 3 Pokemon, 3 of them in quick order, you understand. Nobody in the Galaxy team is capable of a feat such as that. This means we can finally begin our Pokemon research in earnest. Terrible creatures. Hope they're fluffy bundles of joy. I mean, would you describe Zapdos as a fluffy bundle of joy? That's really summit. We count ourselves lucky when we manage to catch a single wild Pokemon while fending off their attacks. Yes, Oni. Now I know you're lying. This is going to end up one or both of us being timed out. Moon? Oh well, to be perfectly fair, the Pokemon that fled to the beach weren't on the attack. But the key to catching Pokemon is getting close enough to aim your balls at them. And it seems our new friend is fearless enough to do just that. Princess, does the Survey Corps really have the leeway to be enjoying a leisurely meal with this outsider? Your captain just ordered 10 old portions of potato mochi, you know. The slow progress on the Pokédex of yours clearly has her on edge. I'm sure we'll start to rein in the good captain's stress eating soon enough. Wow. Whoops. I guess you need to be fearless to be willing to throw your balls about.
Oh my.
I mean, Commander Sergeant clearly has a lot of experience. And think, if you make it to the Galaxy team, you'll never have to worry about a meal again. The team provides for all of its members' needs, even if said members fall out of the sky. Was that supposed to denote eating? I mean, I suppose it's better than mouth noises. That was quite delicious. Quite delicious indeed. You're awfully relaxed about all this. You do know that we won't get to have Mellarina join the Survey Corps unless she passes a trial. Not to worry. I have complete confidence in this stranger that I only met today. You might say I know a thing or two about Pokemon. No, I was talking about balls specifically.
Let's hope it's not misplaced. Mellarina, was it? For tonight at least, we'll provide you with a place to sleep. But if you fail the test, you're out on the streets. But if you fail to pass the trial we put you, you have to leave. You'll be expelled from the village to meet your fate. And perhaps death in the wilds.
Oh my god! This got dark quickly. Why don't you? I tell you what, right? If I fail the test, why didn't you just kill me? Yeah, cut up the middleman. Captain Celine's like Hisui in a way. They're both plenty harsh. No. She simply puts on a stern front to help keep us safe. So I'll talk about piling on the stressors, right? Luckily, we don't start, suffer from anxiety or anything. At any rate, I think it's time we turned in for the night, eh? It's a good thing one can't fall out of the futons we sleep in here. I imagine our new friend has had enough falling for one day. Very funny. And with that, I bid you both adieu. Be winning, son. What do you think, Margaret? Yeah, sleep tight, mate. Still, people falling from the sky? That's some story. I'm expecting... No, really? I was expecting like a full video for a second then. Alright, so who's this? Oh, it's you. They say hunger is the best seasoning, but I'd rather rely on the qualities of my foot roots and make my potato mochi tasty. Okay. So we are supposed to... An unfamiliar land. Okay. Hello. Now, who might you be? I haven't seen you here in the village before. Is that all you have to say to me? The captain of the survey corps, Celine. I wonder if anything actually scares her. See if we can find something to scare her. Kill the old woman. Maybe. New hairstyle means a fresh outlook. And a fresh outlook lets you change your fortunes. Cheers, Caragor. I love how that doesn't really work. I never seen clothes quite like yours, hun. Where might they be from? But I can't respond. Would that not annoy you if someone like came up to you and you asked them a question and they just walked away? It's 100% run of Super Meat Boy when. I'm glad you directed that at V4, not to me. Commander Kamado is fantastically strong. Rumor has it he once sent a Pokemon flying with one of those sumo throws he's so proud of. Anyway, where are we supposed to be going? Not this way. Whoa! Quite a big world. Good, good. So we're supposed to... I'm guessing none of these people will actually do anything for me. I like the Oriental theme so far. Enjoying. What is that? Is that like a chimney? No. No, it's not. There's got to be more efficient ways of cooking than like hanging it all the way from the ceiling. That's crazy, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Super Meat Boy was never appealing to my likings. What, are you a vegetarian? Checking survey tips. Survey tips contain all sorts of useful information to help you carry out your survey work here in the Hisui region. To read them at any time, simply press the up button to open the menu, then go to the help screen. Handy tips for team members. Don't wish for your toils to be forgotten. Diligent record keeping will save you from such a fate. Saving your progress. To save your progress, press the up button to open the menu, then scroll with ZL or ZR button until you reach the save screen. There is also an autosave function that you can use to have your progress saved automatically. You can enable or disable autosave by scrolling to the help screen in the menu. Is there any particular reason why you wouldn't want autosave in this game? Right. Save your progress. There we go. Ta-da! Alright, lovely. Oh, I just walked across it. What's this? Here. There are some lovely stones that someone must have found, but they're just plain old stones. Are they lovely stones or are they plain old stones? Make a decision. Rest until tomorrow morning. Yes. When doing shiny hunting in outbreaks. What's an outbreak? How pretty. Bidoof! Something happened. The next day. Hey in there! You awake? That was some wild lightning last night, right? Anyway, if you're up, come on out. Nobody likes Bidoof. Well, Bidoof does. There's someone on in Moon's community. That is so weird. Who literally called themselves Bidoof. I want magic shoes that come off and go in, like come off and like appear and disappear depending on whether I'm outside or inside. That is so weird. Okay, all right. Did you sleep all right? Oh, I know it's not easy in a strange new land. We better not keep Captain Celine waiting. Let's hurry to our headquarters. Technology. Right. I like the idea of that. Yeah, yeah. Just like a little thing under the mat that's like automatic. Boop. Here we are, Galaxy Hall. What do you think? Ever seen a building this grand before? Don't give up. Keep those eyes open. I don't... Pestle? Yojiro says, the wild Pokemon, they were everywhere, attacking from all sides. I can't give them a voice until I've seen what they look like. I sent out my partner Pokemon, but against the whole pack, outnumbered. This is what happens when you go so far afield, but Medical Corps will put you to rights. Yo, Purple! How's it going, man? It's nice to see you. How have you been? You do realize... do you realize... you do realize that if you fail your trial and get flung out of the village, you will die. Cheers. But you will die. Well, you might die even sooner than that if you have to take on a trial without a Pokemon to be your partner. Doing well? Yeah, I'm doing all right, thank you. It's I mean, last week at work was pretty bad, but other than that, like before that, I had loads of time off, so I'm all right. Words are difficult. I don't know what you mean. What on earth could you be talking about there, Commander Sergeant? I have no idea. What have you been up to then, Patootie? Captain Celine, ma'am. I bought Mellarina.
You may enter.
What has he got on his feet? They look like slippers.
Let's get straight to it. If you want to join the Galaxy Expedition team, prove yourself capable by going out into Obsidian Fieldlands and catching 3 different species of Pokemon. Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx.
3 species right away? But none of us have ever managed that.
Did this stranger not catch 3 different Pokemon only yesterday? My trial should be simple enough for her. If the professor wasn't exaggerating things, that is. The Galaxy team does not have the means to provide for those who only take without giving.
All sorts. The past month have been a lot of holiday stuff going on for sure. Learning video editing lately and been crocheting. What video editing tool do you use? Which piece of software?
If you wish to stay, you have to prove beyond any doubt that you'll be an asset to our cause. I I will lend you one of our Survey Corps satchels to carry whatever you might need in the field.
That, whatever it is you're wearing, doesn't suit our satchels in the least.
Ray, I'll expect you to step in if anything goes awry.
DaVinci Resolve, that's what I use. Free version at the moment. Yeah, there's literally no reason to get anything other than the free version of that. Unless you're like, you know, super duper, you know, full time. Switch platforms back on in October. I've been getting all that in order. That's cool. My in-law's been teaching me. Cool. Crocheting looks like fun, to be fair. Not my kind of thing, but... Checking missions and requests. Press the Y button while consulting the map on your ARC phone, and you can check any tasks you have waiting. There are two mission types, missions and requests. Missions can be completed to progress your adventure. Requests are optional, given to people that you meet. So you've got your main quests and your side quests. Easy. Mom, yeah, my sister does crochet sometimes. Pardon, Mellarina. Come with me for a moment. I'm really, like... His hat disturbs me. Now then, a jolly good morning to everyone. What did you need, Professor? In order to complete our Pokédex and, well, simply survive in this unforgiving land, Mellarina absolutely must pass this trial. And as a professor of Pokemon, I've got just the ticket to help accomplish that. Is this it? Is this where we get to choose? Crew. Froome. Plish Plash. Mellarina is a great name, thank you. Go on, Mellarina. Pick the Pokemon that strikes your fancy, right? With a partner of your own, you'll be able to fight off wild Pokemon outside the village. These little darlings are very dear to me, but it's plain to see they are rather curious about you. Well, my girl, which Pokemon would you like to keep as your very own? Right, so we're gonna get a vote up for this. I'm gonna let you guys choose. Right, so Cyndaquil won the vote, right? Yeah. This is gonna be interesting. I don't often go for the fire starter because I'm a twisted fire starter. Let's show you extra missions in the manga and anime too. Like when I go to Chrome and Anya makes bombs with peanuts. The only anime that I've tried in recent years is I tried Jobless Reincarnation. I watched like the first half of the first season. It started off amazingly, and I was like, this is actually quite good. By about halfway through the season, I was like really bored. I'm not that keen on manga. If I'm on anime. I watched about 10 animes back when I was like in my early 20s, and once you've watched about 10 of them, you've seen them all. To be honest, you have the same brand of capture card as me. Yeah. Elgato's amazing, mate. Why would you need the fire starter when you're hot enough on your own? Oh, Bray. Ain't you a cutie? Where's my, here it is. They're a bit loud, but you're the cutest. Zelda is the best anime. Get out. Get out, Ben, how dare. The aquarium one, I did see. I'm not sure about the Bomb of the Peanuts. The issues with the HC 68S Plus ended up. I think I remember you telling me that. Yeah, it was like a known thing. Foom. Did you want Cyndaquil as your first partner? Or Cyndaquil? Or maybe I should purposefully mispronounce all of the Pokemon's names just to mess with everyone. So maybe I should call him Cyndaquil. How do you guys feel about that? Cyndaquil. I'm pretty interested in this. I don't remember it fully, but I thought there were peanuts in the same scene. Misremembering. Fair enough. I've been playing loads of Persona 5, incidentally, Fox. I don't know if you know Persona. Have you ever played or seen any of the Persona games? Yes, I would like Cyndaquil. Oh, look, he's so cute. Look at his little waddle. Waddle. Oh, look at... I'm good. And with that, one of the Pokemon you caught at Prelude Beach for me will now be yours to keep. Good show. I've tucked Cyndaquil back inside its Pokeball for you, so take it. It's yours. Yo, danger close, bro. You received Cyndaquil. I like the fact that the bottom part of the Pokeball is clearly made of wood. That's a really nice sort of, what's the word? It's nice detail. Word of advice, my girl. Don't get too close to that boy next to you. He's a scoundrel. I mean, pay close attention to which Pokeballs are empty and which contain a Pokemon when you're out on the field. Cuckoo. Clash. Look at those two cheer on their pals Cyndaquil. Or maybe they just wanted to help Mellarina with her trial. That could well be. They did go dashing from the village when Mellarina fell out of the sky. After all. Well, not to worry, you two. I'll have you two assist me with my research. I'm going to chop you up into little pieces and look at your cells. True. Plish plash. By the by, what species has Captain Celine charged you with catching? Well, that's smashing! All 3 of those species can be found in the Obsidian Fieldlands. Let me give you some Pokeballs to use during the trial then. I've still got like 45 of them. We've got 20 more. Perfect. These Pokeballs may be handcrafted, but they work a treat, as you have already seen. You'll have this trial cleared in no time. Let's be off. I'll show you the way to the Obsidian Firelands. Meet me at the gate to your left as you leave headquarters. Got it. Lovely stuff. So, what are we thinking? It's Sunday night. We got any big plans for the week ahead? I'd say the only thing that really I've got is the fact that T's starting nursery. That's kind of the only thing. I think I'll save it. That's the wrong button, isn't it? What was the button it said to save it? Oh, I remember. Whoops, that was it. That's pretty exciting. It's going to be interesting to see what it's like having him out the house. Can someone trade me something? I don't know. Definitely not me. I don't. I'm brand new to this game. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, this guy. Like, look at him. This guy's a stoner. Oh, what a curious getup you have there, man. I can already tell you're quite the character, dude. Oh, wow. Look at that. I'm Volo of the Ginkgo Guild. The go-to choice for any of the Mercantile needs in here in Hisui. Yo.
Pew, pew.
Connor, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. We've got Pokemon fans all over. What's your favorite Pokemon? They show that in the anime. Oh. But yeah, no, I don't know anything about this game. I'm still in the tutorial. I've heard talk about you, man. Fell from the sky. Something I saw once when I was high. You want to get high? Now that's certainly a tale I'd like to hear, man. Gyarados is cool. Shame about what he has to, evolve from. My favorite is Alakazam. Moon, someone who I mod for and mods for me, has a Malakazam emote. There it is. That's supposed to be me. Because I love Alakazam. Alakazam then Gengar are my 2 favorites. And you've a Pokemon? You're certainly full of interesting surprises, dude. Investigating the art and novel is key to any good merchant's success, dude. So what do you say? Oh dear. How about you and I see how our Pokemon stand up to one another in a battle? Rayquaza's cool, to be fair. Isn't Rayquaza the legendary in one of the older games? Is it? I don't know which one though. I think it's in one of the ones, because I skipped. I went from Gen 1 and then didn't play another one until Gen 6. So Gen 2, 3, 4, and 5, I have no idea about, mate. I think it's from one of those. Right. Sounds good, or maybe not. Let's do it. We'll see what happens. I like you better and better, man. What a delightful find. I've also heard about this trial. Your to attempt sounds a bit posh for a stoner. Let's have a quick battle to get your blood pumping before you head out. Know what I mean, dude? Though I hope you know you'll lose if your Pokemon's HP reaches 0, dude. And then you're gonna die. Your Twitch crashed. Oh no! Ginkgo Guild member Volo. You're right, Pella. How you doing, man? He challenged you to a battle. Volo sent out Togepi. Go, Cyndaquil. We are going to cook this egg, and we're going to make an omelette. Right, so what options do we have? Wait. Is this real time? I'm not happy about this. What am I doing right? Oh, A. Right. So all we have is quick attack. Can't you use your flame? Charizard. I've only got Arceus. Charizard's a cool Pokemon though. Pun intended. Is this real time or is it still turn based? I'm not sure. Yay, we win.
Shout out to my grandma. That's the only way she can hear.
Moves, items, use them well, bro. The world will open up to you. Oh, we've leveled up. Oh, we've got a new move. It's always fun to have your Pokemon do battle, don't you think? It's not real time, but you, as their trainer, can get in the way of attacks. Really? And can I take damage? Favorite Pokemon from Gen 9 games. Which one's Gen 9? Isn't that... Is Gen 9 Sword and Shield? Or is that the new ones? What are the new ones? Violet and... Violet and Scarlet. I haven't bought those ones. Because I haven't played Arceus yet. I'll buy them eventually. And if you're significantly faster, you can do multiple attacks in the time your opponent can. You can take damage. Gen 9 is Scarlet and Violet. I haven't played any. I haven't played that at all. And I've only watched like not that much gameplay, to be honest. I watched Suko play a bit, and I'll watch Moon play a bit, but that's it. I don't like the fact that it's buggy. I don't like buying a game that isn't finished. So I don't know. Maybe I'll wait. As they gain experience through battle, they'll learn more moves and grow even stronger, man. Pokemon moves. Pokemon sometimes learn new moves when they level up. If you want to change the moves your Pokemon can use in battle, open your satchel, choose the Pokemon you want, and select the change moves option. Interesting. But so few people here have their own Pokemon. If only more knew how to use their balls, dude. At any rate, let me help two battlers recover from their little exercise. And to you, my scar-fallen friend, I present some potion in thanks. I don't like a game that is buggy, says the guy doing a Skyrim playthrough on stream. Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, I didn't buy that game. I was gifted it. So, I mean... You obtained 5 potions. Potion, a topical medicine meant to be applied to Pokemon. It can be used to restore 60 HP to a single Pokemon. You can use them on your Pokemon, excuse me, whenever they might be worn out from battle. I'll be hoping that you're successful in that trial of yours. More Galaxy team members means more customers for yours truly after all, dude. Why does it look like their feet are gift wrapped? If you can battle that well, I've got a feeling you may have a trial well in hand. Even if it's more to do with catching them battling. Now, to the Obsidian Firelands! Oh! Whenever you leave Jubliffe Village, you have to pick a destination from your map and let Ress, the guardsman, know where you're off to. That way, somebody can come and collect you if things go wrong. Hey, I hope you can make it through this. I gotta get through this. I gotta get through this. I gotta make it through. What voice are we gonna give Ress? Oh God. I mean, he's got the sideburns. I mean, I don't know how that helps. I mean, we could go. I could go Scouse. What do you guys think? You're Mellarina, correct? I was informed you'd be passing through. The trial will take place outside the safety of the village. Please take care to come back alive. Scousify, right? The Galaxy Team entry trial departs for the Obsidian Firelands from Jubliffe Village first front gate. Right. Obsidian Firelands. Jubliffe Village. Is this the whole map? Oh, this map isn't quite as big as I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. You wish to go to the Firelands camp? Yes. Oh, I recognise this from watching someone else play it. This is our base camp, mate. It's where we start and finish our surveys. Now, remember what you got to do? You've been tasked with catching 3 species of Pokemon. Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx. Or should I be... I should be mispronouncing them, right? Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx. I'm curious to see if the Professor's stories about you are really true. Oh, Professor? Something wrong? Oh, well, you see, Captain Celine's got hold of me after you left. She impressed upon me that I bear full responsibility for whatever happens to our sudden guest. She doesn't let up. How exactly are you supposed to help out here? Cheers for the luck, Purple. It's nice to see you. See you again soon, hopefully. You take care. To be honest, my dear boy, I don't intend to lift a finger. Mellarina's talents here are the real deal. She'll pass with flying colours. You'll see. So in other words, I'm still the one bearing the responsibility here. Not my ideal state of affairs. This just got stuck. Let's just get started. You'll be more than equal to this, Mellarina. Catch Bidoof, the first Pokemon species you'll need to find. Oh, what are you going to say? Oh, please stop. This is Aspiration Hill.
Obsidian Firelands.
Look! A Bidoof! We're finding all the... Right. Isn't he cute? You may be some sort of prodigy, but just in case, here's what Captain Celine taught me. Can we get a moan? Like a Mona? Mona Lisa? Hold down the ZL button to focus on a wild Pokemon and keep it in your sights as long as it's nearby. This technique comes in very useful when aiming Pokeballs at a target and dodging Pokemon attacks. Bidoof's a Mellar Pokemon, which means it doesn't tend to run away when approached. Aim carefully, let your Pokeball fly, and you ought to be alright. Okay then. People do call me Dad, but they don't call me Daddy. Right. What are you going to say? Something interesting? If you want to pass the trial, you have to start by throwing a Pokeball at Bidoof. Right, where is the little... right there. Oh, he's right there. Wow. In your face! Yay! We got one. One Bidoof caught. Now, on we march. I really want to know if those shoes are comfortable. Wait, I can run. Whoopsie. Did that actually use Pokeballs? Wait a second. I was going on about earlier about how, like, oh, why did he give me more Pokeballs when I already had 50? But those 50 are gone already? What? They've been stolen from me. Oh, hello. Now, Starly here, it's the type to run at the drop of an hat. Or fly. But don't worry. Crouch down in the grass and it won't spot you. Now, that's how you can get close. Press the B button to crouch and make it harder for wild Pokemon to notice you. Press the same button again to rise. If you creep into the tall grass while crouched low, it'll be even harder for wild Pokemon to detect. I'm a creep.
Mr. Flibble's very cross.
I'm a weirdo. Yes, Mr. Flibble's very cross. Thank you, Caragor. Wait, where did the Starly go? Oh, is that it there? And here, you see a Starly in its natural environment. I think it's got a cooldown. Oh yeah, 41 seconds. Surprise, motherfucker! Yay! I was saying to my sister that I should rewatch Scrubs sometime soon because I've been getting pangs to watch it. She was like, watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine instead. And that is Starly Court 2. I admit I'm impressed so far. I'm impressed so far. I'm Dad. I forgot to share another smidgen of wisdom. How to throw your partner's balls. To quote Captain Celine's wise teachings, have an item at the ready, but want to send out a Pokemon, press X. Have a Pokemon at the ready, but want to throw an item, press X. Which one's X? Oh, okay. The captain's a real expert on these things. Then once you've got a Pokemon ready, try aiming for certain rocks or trees like this one. Your Pokemon will hunt for berries and things, and it will bring back whatever it finds. Now it's time for your partners to shine. We've reached your final hurdle, catching a Shinx. Sorry, a Shinx. Right, so I'm supposed to X. Aha! Aha ha! An expert. I love it. So I can throw Cyndaquil at a tree and it will do something. Ooh! I got an Oran berry. Oh, and it went up a little bit in level.
Mr. Flibble's very cross.
I'm very cross. Why am I cross? Wait, why am I Mr. Flibbles? Where are you even going? Alright, calm down. Like, oh, look. It's got like roots going up the tree. How cool is that? Right, so there it is. Shinx. I remember that one. It's electric, isn't it? Shinx has an aggressive disposition. Did you know that already? He has what? Don't worry about it. Just go. Get killed or whatever. I don't care. Just focus on the Pokemon around you. You'll figure it out quick enough. Once aggressive Pokemon get wound up, they'll knock away any balls you throw. When you use the ZL button to focus on a Pokemon, you can see how easy they may be to catch. The more arrows you see pointing above a Pokemon, the easier it is to catch. Okay. An X icon will appear above the Pokemon if it has picked a fight with you. Be warned, Pokemon displaying this icon cannot be caught unless you engage them in battle. But don't worry, I'll teach you the trick to catching them. You draw them into battle. Once it's caught up in the heat of battle, you can throw a Pokeball and try and catch it. You got a few Pokemon of your own to use now, don't you? Take one of their balls and throw it. Take one of their balls and throw it at a wild Pokemon you want a battle. Use what you have learned in battle with Volo. Get out there and make your last catch. Starting Pokemon battles. It is easy to start a battle against a wild Pokemon. Simply throw a Pokeball which contains one of your own Pokemon at it. If you can see that you currently have an item ready to throw, not a Pokemon, press the X button. It will allow you to toggle between the thrown items, blah, 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 blah. Could you at least throw two? Can you throw more than one Pokeball? Right. Let's fight. You want me to throw my balls at them? Yes. I get it. So this is a bit more like a traditional battle. Like how you catch one. Right. Cool, cool, cool. We caught the Shinx. And now we can breathe a sigh of relief that we aren't going to get kicked out on our ass and die. Wait. Did you really? You really did it. You did it. You don't want to separate someone's balls. I mean, maybe you do. That's 3 species of Pokemon caught. You really are some sort of prodigy. I'm a fire starter. Twisted fire starter. You must have given Professor Laventon the shock of his life. First you fall from the sky, then you go and catch all of our escaped Pokemon one after another. I honestly didn't believe the Professor's story until I saw you in action for myself. And here you are with 3 Pokemon caught. You completed your trial. And we don't have to worry about being kicked out on our ass and dying. How wonderful for us. Oh, I said you'd pass the trial with flying colours, and it seems you went and did just that. I do this all day. Isn't that a Captain America quote? Congratulations, Mallarina. You've taken your first step towards seeking out every Pokemon. This calls for a commemorative photograph. I've got to admit, it's true. You've got real talent for this. Now then, we'd best report to Captain Celine. Time to head back to Jubliffe Village, eh? Not intentionally. How dare you not be intentional?
Well, excuse me, princess.
Cheers, Link. Oh, how cute. Hey, Cat Cyan. What's your favourite Pokemon? Eventually... Oh, wrong voice. Eventually, you should be able to have Pokemon you've caught go live in the village pastures. The most Pokemon a person can have with them without exploring... while out exploring is 6, apparently.
Say hello to my little
Yo!
Pew, motherfucker.
Thanks for the follow. Appreciated. Not that we can have anyone who can manage that. Come now, you two. Let's not dilly-dally. Captain Celine awaits our report at headquarters. I can't wait to see the captain's reaction. Can we run? Yay! We can book it. That looks exhausting. I wonder how long we can run for. How many Psyducks do you have? We've only just started, Droppig. You alright, mate? It's nice to see you. How you been, man? So, none. You're going to need at least 74 Psyducks. Why that exact number? I need to know. Excuse me.
Right. It seems we won't have to leave you to die after all. Congrats.
I'm doing well. Hi, doing well. I'm Dad.
What's your profanity?
I might have pushed the wrong button and then don't tell anyone. Shh.
You can keep the satchel. I must admit, I'm a bit impressed.
Which voice? Which voice? Arbitrary large amount of Psyducks. Why 74 exactly though? Like, did you pick that number out your ass?
I set a high hurdle to judge whether a stranger like you could be worthy. He cleared it.
It's the voice we used for Natsuki when we played Doki Doki Literature Club. Have you ever played Doki Doki Literature Club, Cat Cyan? That is a completely normal game. There's no curse in that game, I promise. Indeed, right from your ass. Well, I'm surprised that your ass was big enough to pull such a large number from. What have you been up to, Droffig? How was your Christmas and New Year?
This is yours, the official uniform of the Survey Corps. You better put it on now, because your current clothes are disgusting.
Seen the video, so you can't lie to me. Blast! That is a brilliant game, like genuinely a brilliant game. Absolutely loved. I did like all the voices with the voice changer. It was so funny. And you guys can actually curse the stream with Monica or Yuri from that game. And again, put the voices on and everything. Lots of games lately. Give us a list. I want to know everything, Droffig. It's ages since I've spoken to you properly. So we've got the Survey Corps uniform and a pair of Survey Corps sandals.
Get changed in the room that you used last night. Do it now, your clothes disgust me. Then report at once to the 3rd floor. Present yourself in uniform to our commander. This is your first official order from your captain.
Sir, yes sir. Go change it in your uniform. Use the mirror in your quarters and make sure you put it on right. If you do it wrong, we'll kick your ass. Monica is literally just, well, Monica. She's quite scary though, isn't she? She is always watching. Always watching. I can't summon her without the channel point redemption though. So well, we'll see. We'll see. There's still time. Wait, where are we supposed to? Many RPGs. God, I've been absolutely rinsing Persona 5 recently. Honestly, I played it. I accidentally locked myself out of the royal content, so I went straight into New Game Plus, and now I'm playing it again. Bought the second Ori 2. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Why are you afraid to start Persona 5? It's amazing. It's literally one of the best games I've played for ages. Wow, I mean, it's the best game I've played since I played The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but you get the idea. So long. It's worth it, though. My first playthrough was 122 hours. Definitely worth it. I still need to play more Persona 5. How far are you through it, Smokey? Do you want to change your outfit? Sure. Time to put on your Survey Corps uniform and your Survey Corps sandals. Besides, I can say this, it's not a spoiler, alpha Pokemon are a pain in the ass to catch. I believe you. Pokemon games in general aren't perfect, I find. Oh, it does change me straight away. Oh, I've got to wear these stupid sandals that look like I've gift wrapped my feet. Okay. Like, I'll deal with it. I'm a little after the museum. That's interesting. There's definitely like a natural break in the game at that point that's really easy to stop at. I'm glad I didn't though, because the game just gets better. It's because you play Waterworld games. How dare you? Mainly to catch them, you have to hope for a critical catch. Ugh. That doesn't sound like much fun. I will figure it out. I don't mind. Like, I review the games that I play online and I review some of the games I don't. They're just games that I've played. And I reviewed Pokemon Shield, and I actually destroyed it. I was like, this isn't a very good game. But there we go. I did finish Mass Effect. Very cool game. How do you feel about the end of Mass Effect, Smokey? Because that pissed off a lot of people, my dude. The end of Mass Effect. The end of the third one, I mean. Or are you just talking about the... you mean you finished the first game. Amazing. I won't say anything more than that, because obviously I don't want to spoil it for you. I finished the first one. Right. I think the second one is most people's favourite. You changed into your cervical uniform. Amazing. But the higher your rank, just how badges work. Right. Okay. I'm sure I'll figure it out. I mean, this is far from my first Pokemon game. I haven't played them all either. Look at you in the Survey Corps uniform. Now it finally feels like you're one of us. But I do wonder when the captain decided to go ahead and get a uniform ready for you. I see you changed. Accidentally pressed then. I've done that so many times today. Oh my god.
Regarding your accommodations, You may continue to use the room you slept in last night, I suppose. You may wear this as well.
Hopefully it's the bandana. Yeah, cute bandana. Love it. I'm finally... Oh, God.
Now, present yourself to me. I mean the commander.
Right, well, it's just like the Knights Academy in Skyward Sword, right? So, when are you starting? When are you starting the second game then, Smokey? Are you starting it tonight? Or are you gonna wait? I was gonna say the higher your rank is, the easier it is to catch Pokemon. Makes sense. Honestly. Oh Lord, look at the moustache on this dude. Already did nice. Oh, hello. This guy actually looks like someone I used to work with a little bit. I have been waiting for you. I feel like I should give him like, what's his name's what's his name? Nigel? The Wild Thornberries. What's his? Smashing. I'm Komodo, commander of the Galaxy Expedition Team. Smashing. So you're Mallarina. Yes, sir. Even applies to alphas. It makes sense, I suppose. Have you played... I have played a bit of Mass Effect 2, though. It's... Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, Bray would be like, play it, but... I've been briefed on your situation, including how you fell from a rift in the sky. Smashing. Now then, let me hug you and see what you're made of. Face me in combat. I can either choose to try to throw him, or we'll charge at him. Let's see how this works. Hiya! You've got vigor. That's smashing. You need to work on your sumo technique, but I see you've got some potential. Don't expect a warm welcome from everyone. Naturally, some will be slow to trust an outsider. Why? I've just realised he's wearing his jacket like a cape. Why? And he's got like a kimono on under it. That I have to say, like, people in this town definitely have interesting sort of attire. He definitely yeeted me. Yeah. Although it didn't really show it. I really like the idea of me like upside down, like sliding down the wall, but never mind. We didn't see it. Most people would be slow to trust an outsider who literally fell right out of the sky. The superstitious amongst us might see your arrival as portent of disaster. I think you're smashing. Bet you passed the trial that was put to you. No matter how odd you may seem, rude, you're part of the Jubliffe Village now. Dedicate yourself to the work of the Galaxy Expedition Team and complete the Pokédex. But I warn you, Mallarina. Pokemon are terrifying creatures. Keep your wits about you as you work. I would prefer to whistle. Whistle while you work. I know that it's a Japanese traditional thing, but socks and sandals? Really? Right, so we've completed the hopefully the what's the word I'm looking for? The tutorial quest. You can die. Yes! Sorry, was that the wrong response? So, the commander has also accepted you.
But listen to this. You begin as a no-star, recruited among our ranks. In other words, you're scum. Perform well as a member of the Survey Corps, and I might let you move up the ranks.
Indeed. You see, the more you add to the Pokédex, the higher your rank will become. And working on the Pokédex will also, of course, bring you closer towards that goal of yours. To seek out every last Pokemon, to be the very best.
Here, you'll need this.
You have obtained a recipe for crafting Pokeballs. We can make our own balls! Logistics! How's it going, man? I haven't seen you for ages. Where have you been? I hope you're okay. A recipe for crafting Pokeballs from scratch. Required materials: 1 apricorn and 1 tumblestone. On death, you could lose Pokeballs, items, important stuff. And oh, she's giving me money now. Wow.
Take this. It's 3 grand, but it's not very much in this world, okay? You will have to buy the necessary materials.
26. Let's save first because we're about to fight the boos. The Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword.
I did say boos.
March 2022.
Yeah. Was that a requote? 2022? I think that's the wrong date. Wow, she's giving me money. Look at that. What is the currency in Pokemon games?
Ray, you're an expert at crafting your...
Pokemon Souls, drop it, damn! I mean, at the very start of the game, when the scientist guy was like, "I want you to get one of every Pokemon," I was like, "So I can taste what they like, find what they all taste like." So, I mean, you saw the first movie right with Mewtwo. Yeah, when I was like 11 years old, I don't remember everything about that movie apart from the fact that when I was 11, I thought it was the best movie I'd ever seen in my life.
Ray, you're an expert at crafting yourself. Teach our new recruit what she needs to know.
Yes, ma'am, Captain. Get ready for a lesson in crafting. Crafting means making items from scratch. No way! I didn't know that. That's right. Whatever you need in your survey work, you'll most likely be making yourself. Some things you can buy at a general store, but it's good to try and be self-sufficient. This way, we can even catch Pokemon with Pokeballs we've crafted ourselves. But listen to me prattle on. Let's go to the craft works so you can try it yourself.
Ooh, nasty.
That was pretty good. Just while it's showing us a full screen of Ray. Oh, look, we've got the cute little hat on as well. I love that. Cheers for that, cat. A new character, Anth. I don't see what they look like, so well done earning your place on the team. My name is Anth. Oh, yay, we've got a lady. Right, I'm going to give her an old lady voice.
Hello, my name is Anth. I'm a local clothier. The professor asked that I ready you a change of clothes. So here you go, dear. I do hope they fit.
I am, and I have been well. That's good. Took an unintended 6-month break from all things internet and dropped contact with everyone but Erica, your wife, of course, and my buddy Mike without any word. Honestly, if Mike, who I've been friends with for over 10 years, wasn't a co-worker, I probably wouldn't have kept in contact with him either. I didn't really have any reason for the break when it started, but it didn't realise how much I needed it until like 2-3 weeks ago. Damn! So, you're, everything's well with you then, yeah? Are you coming back to streaming as well, or are you gonna... Because I'm streaming a little bit more often now. I've finally managed to pull my finger out my... well, you get the idea. You received an everyday kimono and a pair of everyday trousers. Does that mean we have to wear them every day? What if I don't want to? What if they need a wash?
I I hope you'll avail yourself of the village's humble shops.
There is a lot of talking in this game. Hey, this way to the craft works. All right. But yes, I did watch the original movie Jubliffe. Yeah, it was good if I remember. Wait, where am I supposed? Ah, here we are. Is this another new dude? This here is the craft works, and that there is the workbench. It's where you craft things. Do you want an alpha machoke? I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. I'm sorry. It's a heavy film. Is it? I mean, I remember it. It weighed about the same as any other VHS cassette. Everything has been great, even this whole time I've been gone. No more, less stress today compared to 6 months ago. Fair enough. Wow, I'm going to throw up. Hi, going to throw up. I'm Dad. You line them up, son. I'll knock them in. Oh, yes. And to be fair, I mean, I ended up having nearly a month off. I was going to have 2 weeks off, but then the week just before I was going off, because I was going to have some time off due to, you know, Christmas and New Year. But then the week that was going to be my last stream of the year, I was sick. I was actually sick on the Wednesday and the Thursday. I was starting to feel better on the Friday. And I was like, maybe I won't do my full 6-hour Skyrim stream, but maybe I'll just do a couple of hours, you know, just chatting and, you know, just sort of say Happy Christmas to everyone. But then my boiler stopped working on that day. And even though I was still quite sick, although I was on the mend, I was still quite sick. I ended up spending about an hour and a half out in the back garden, up a ladder in the freezing cold, pouring boiling water over the pipes and hitting it with a mallet to knock all of the ice out of it. And by the time I was finished with that, I was like, I want to go to bed. All I want in my life right now is just to go to bed. And then, yeah, after that, I like, between around Christmas time, I had like 5 days where I literally didn't even turn my PC on. And it was kind of nice, to be fair. Like, I really enjoy being online, but it's nice to have a break occasionally. Although a 6-month break would probably kill me. Logistics. But I'm definitely happy to see you back. So what you've been doing then with your time if you haven't been online? Pretty self-explanatory, right? Well, yes, Ray. I don't know why you even mentioned it. Oh, that's a bit shiny. When you step up to the workbench, I'll supply you materials to make some balls. Call it a present to celebrate you passing your trial. And as for money the captain gave you, feel free to spend it however you want. Any recipes you get should tell you what materials you need to complete them. Well, otherwise it's not a recipe, is it? It's just a piece of paper that has the name of something on it. At the workbench, you choose what you want to make and get crafting. Go on, give it a go, mate. Crafting items. You can use the workbenches in Jubliffe Village and the base camps, to craft Pokeballs and other items. Crafting items require a recipe and the necessary materials. Although, what I did in my free time went from gaming, streaming and anime to entirely reading. I primarily read manhwa. I don't know what that is, but I read a fair amount of manhwa and manga. With of Web and Light. Is manhwa is the if I remember rightly, it's the Korean version of manga, right? That's had amount of Web and Light novels. Cool. I read a few books. To be fair, I listen to audiobooks when I'm on my way to and from the office. And I recently finished reading a book called Looking for Alaska. It's quite interesting. It was the internet celebrity John Green wrote. Correct. Manhwa is Chinese and Taiwanese. Right. So not Korean. But I was nearly there. Right, so let's make ourselves a Pokeball. I was in the right sort of vague region of the world. Wait. So I just want to make sure I understand this, right? So the bit in the thing on the right, that's how many I'm going to use. Then on the far right, the 21 and the 20, that's how many I've got, right? You're right. Manhwa is Korean. Oh... Right, okay. Oh, so it's basically Taiwanese, Chinese, and right, we may as well we'll use half of them. Did we get a start yet? Yes, we had a vote, and Cyndaquil and Owlet tied, so we did another one, and Cyndaquil won by a whisker. So let's make half of them. You don't want to use all of your stuff, because I'm sure we'd be able to use these items on other things as well. You made 10 Pokeballs. You put them in your satchel. Are you proud of me? He's proud of me! Yes! Manhwa. Oh, they're two different words, even though they're essentially the same. Right, I kind of assumed that you were just spelling it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm a bit of an idiot, but yeah, there you go. That does actually make a lot of sense. I mean, I don't know why. Like, it's a bit confusing that the two words are pronounced basically the same, I'm assuming. Which one's your favourite? At least I got Oshawott. Right? No, like only one person voted for Oshawott. Oshawott was super not popular amongst the community. Oh, now that's some fine craftsmanship. Hard to believe this was your first time stepping up to the workbench, my girl. You recall, of course, that Pokemon possess the odd power to shrink themselves down. With the Pokeballs we craft, we can make use of that power to catch them. All so that more Pokemon species can be duly recorded in a Pokédex. On that note, here you are. If no one likes the do-what meme. I don't know the do-what meme. I don't know. You received a Pokédex. Yay! Pokédex, a volume for compiling the collected results of much Pokemon research. Professor Laventon continually adds to it with each report made on a new Pokemon species. Oh, it's shiny. Scene 7, Fort, 4 Court, Obsidian Firelands. I'm guessing that's 4 Scene, 3 Court. Tasks with unreported data 8. Research point 0. To next rank 500. No star member. They really like rubbing it in the fact that we're a newbie, right? Hey, wait, why is it? Oh, report to the professor about the new species. Oh, so you have to speak to him to actually... That's odd. Okay, that's a new thing. I prepared this volume just for you. I hope it aids you well in your aim to seek out all life and new civilizations. To boldly go where no one has gone before. Da 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 da. Sorry. All the Pokemon there are in this grand region. I'll take plenty of research tasks to help the professor complete the Pokédex. There are 242 Pokemon in this game. You know how many there is. Why is it such a random number? I'm sorry, but if it's more than 150, I'm angry. No, just kidding. I've got to get going on those myself. I'll be all too happy to explain more about the research tasks I could use your assistance with. Come join me at the Firelands camp whenever you're ready, my good Mellarina. At least it's not 400 like it was SV. Scarlet Violet. Yeah, that's just too many. Get to work on researching tasks. Lovely. Oh, this was right. Excuse me, I couldn't help but over here. If you're going to the Firelands camp, would you mind taking care of a request for me? I'm standing guard. Hi, standing guard, I'm Dad. Prefer manhwa over manhwa, honestly. But for specific numbers, I am reading 118 manhwa and only found manhwa. My manga count is at 27. Oh, okay, so much more Korean. I think that's the right way around. I'm a bit confused, if I'm honest. I've only ever read one manga. And it was Love Hina. Don't judge me. I'm standing guard. I'm standing guard, so I can't leave my post. But I'll be here at headquarters if you want to talk about it. Accepting requests. People who have something to ask you will have a request icon displayed above them. If you fulfill this request, you may receive a nice reward. Awesome. I completed my Violet Dex. Damn. You know, the only game that I ever got all 150... all the Pokemon in was Blue. My very first playthrough of Blue, I got all 151 Pokemon because I cheated and got Mew. Not from the lorry next to the SSN because Mew doesn't exist there. It was a hoax. But I did. There is another way of getting Mew. So I did that. But it's the only time I've ever got the whole dex in a Pokemon game. I can't remember what voice I gave to Ress. Wait, wasn't that Ress that I was just talking to? Do you know what? Actually, all of the guards wearing this uniform with the handlebar moustache. Sorry, the handlebar. They're not handlebar moustaches. They're mutton chops. We are going to give the same voice. Heading outside the village, are we? Stay safe out there, kids. I think actually, because we're about to go on basically a mission, I think this is a really good place to leave it. Because you do a female voice for a dude. No, that's a dude's voice. It's just a really high-pitched dude's voice. Because they're from Liverpool. Until then, please remember, because it's very important to me that you remember this. You guys are amazing, and I love you all.
You're all breathtaking.
My name is Mellar, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.